Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome back if you've already tuned in. And Either way, thanks for tuning in. It's me, Ari, and you're on my channel. So, recently, a friend of mine gave me this book about how to draw cats. And I looked through it, and I noticed there wasn't a lot of information. It looked like an old book to me, but there's no year in the beginning or anything. It just starts right off with drawing instructions. However, there was some information about a man named Walter Foster, which is actually kind of hilarious because I don't know if you can see it. These initials WTF are written all throughout like every picture of the book, and it's kind of hilarious. But the only year I could pick up was a big gap from 1904 to 1965, and it was the date of the founding faculty of famous artists school, and I guess that's the date that they were around. Perhaps they still are. However, these drawings are very challenging. It's not your typical like Hello Kitty style like circle and like two pointy ears. These like these have like angles and like stuff like that. So I found them all very challenging. So I thought we'd start off with something rather simple. I tried out one already, and that's how it came out. Uh, so obviously now I need some practice because this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. I think this is the finished product. However, whenever you're doing a tutorial like this or something, you always have to put in your own flair because art is all about expression. And just copying somebody else's work isn't quite expressing yourself. So if it looks different than the page, be proud of yourself because you did a good job. So we're just gonna start, and I really just want to introduce this template because it's great for people if you really love your cat and want to do like an actual portrait. You can use paint. Um, Today, my mediums are going to be markers, um, different gauges of sizes of pencil, and colored pencil. And I call them crayons or oil pastels. They're the like crayon version of the oil pastel paint. I find them easier to work with. So, and less sloppy, less accidents. So, let's get started and learn how to draw a cat together because we're learning new things every day. And I hope you love art just as much as I do. So, we're going to make sure we have an eraser because a lot of the markings are going to be erased. They're just there for um, relevance of points that you're going to be drawing on. So, you definitely want an eraser with your pencil. Um, and I say that because the pencils I use don't actually have erasers. So, on that note, we're going to draw a circle. So sorry. Hold on. Here we go. Yours is in your own pencil. We're going to draw a circle. And on this circle, we're going to make it a little warped. We want it to be really wide because we want those cheekbones, where the fur goes to stand out. Um, so we definitely want this circle. However, underneath the circle, you're just going to put another addition because you also want it a little elongated, um, to give space for the the chin and the mouth. Um, so so far, what you would have would look something similar to this. After that, uh, we go ahead and start with the ears. So um, I don't know if you can see, this is what I'm following along to. So mine is definitely going to look different, um, but so will yours. Okay, so we want the ears to be pretty far apart, to kind of express the angle. Um, and we definitely don't want them like wicked pointy. We want them to kind of have a rounded shape. Um, and we want them to be as wide as they are long because we're not drawing an alien. Um, so the ears right there. And I don't always remember to do it, but I definitely recommend to use a soft pencil just wherever you go because you never know when you want to erase something. So here we go. We have some ears, and we're just going to do two lines. And we definitely want these soft because they are going to be erased. And they're just horizontal, same length, um, pretty close to where the chin starts, right there, because that's going to be our nose. And then you want to just kind of incorporate the eyes, which, as a cat, are definitely more of a horizontally inclined oval with some flare. And we want them a decent size apart because they're animals with longer noses. However, we do want them to be rather symmetrical as well, don't we? Now I'm going at a good pace so that you, the viewer, are able to follow along. So far we got a little something going like that. Um, I think I need to fix this eye. It's not quite in tune with the other. There we go. That's much better. All right. So next step, we start giving it the old cat eye. You know that. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those gemstones cat's eye. It actually looks like a cat's eye. Um, so we want to do that inside those little old eye holes we just drew. Um, so it's going to look something like that for now because we don't want to color it in with pencil unless you do, but I like to color things. And then we're going to take the nose, right? Now you see these two lines? We're going to do triangle down here, and then we're going to do another triangle up here. But we want this one to be a little more rounded. And then we're going to have a little bit of erasing to do because we're actually going to put another triangle right here. But we're going to flare this one out. For old Fluffy's smile. So with that, we just want to kind of work with the picture and get the, the extra markings um, away because they're unnecessary and we're still in pencil stage. So with that, I personally would like to touch this up a little bit more and give the face a little bit more width and cheekbone. So if you have anything you want to touch up, certainly spend this time to do so. And while we're at it, we're going to have to work on the inside of the ears, which we're going to want to kind of keep this ear curled this way and give it a lot of outside. And then we'll be erasing that. This one is going to be a bit more prominent and forward. Um, so, and again, we're going to want to be erasing the lines surrounding it. And while we're doing that, we're going to want to kind of work on the nose. This isn't part of the tutorial itself, however. Cats typically, their noses actually go up and turn into their eyebrows. And that's something about cats that is a physical feature. Um, so I kind of like to include that lately because they have so much fur besides eyebrows. Um, we definitely want to soften these triangles. Um, and perfect our smile. And touch up everything we need to with the eraser. All right, so that's pretty much the pencil stage. Uh, Notice how we erased a lot of the parts of the ears, yet kept certain parts because the face goes behind it. So we want to leave creases there. Now, what we want to do is kind of start with our prominent mediums, such as colored pencils and markers, that we can leave specific points and patterns with that aren't smudged. And along with that, pick out our color scheme. Now, I'm gonna go for more of a sandy orange, kind of reddish, and we're gonna go ahead and add the color. Now, when we're adding the color, be sure, now I picked my colors out earlier, but be sure before you pick your colors out to kind of test them on another piece of paper so you know what they look like, because a lot of times color looks nothing like what it says it is. So when I kind of fill this in, that's when I add the fluff, you know? So we're just kind of gonna give it a lot of different tones, and we're gonna mix them together for the fluff, because this is simply the ear. And then we're gonna start giving it stripes, which I highly recommend a marker to make these actually show up once you start applying the what I call crayons, what a lot of people call oil pastels. So certainly be careful with that. And I like to give a little haircut at the top. I have a long-haired Maine Coon, and I like them fluffy, like teddy bears. So we're just kind of fluffing it out. And next, before you start anything serious, you really want to go for the eyeballs, because the iris itself, because it's a color that can easily be smudged if applied at the wrong time. Um, so definitely want to be careful with it. So I chose green. You can choose rainbow. I mean, you can make the eyes whatever color you want. Um, I'm definitely putting black on the inside. So if you want to make a demon kitty, you could put red. And then, of course, you have to give them those little cat's eyes. I always find drawing eyeballs fun. Alright, so this is what my kitty looks like so far. I don't know what yours looks like, but mine's kind of looking over to his left. Um, so what we're gonna do next? So I'm gonna make sure I have the right marker. No, I don't. That's why I always want to check. Okay. We want to make sure we have the right marker and just kind of, that's so nice. Okay. With our marker, we want to add prominence to certain spots, um, including the fur that we just accented with colored pencil. Now, if you don't have these mediums, you can use whatever you want. You can use just simply a pencil. There are actually some really cool techniques you can use with crayons that I actually discovered on this website. Um, and I encourage you to look it up and find the girl that does them because it's pretty cool. But I'm just kind of adding stripes um, with the marker itself, and kind of putting the marker in spots that are more recognized, such as the nose and around the mouth. Not exactly around the mouth. However, while I'm doing this, I am definitely adding stripes, um, which is simply one fun pattern you can do. Cats look so different, and there's so many different looking, beautiful cats. So, here's what we have now. And I'm kind of going a little fast here um, because this is a video. Um, I'm not exactly Bob Ross here. However, once we kind of fill out what looks good enough for the moment being, we want to take our crayon and kind of just scribble it around um, parts that are definitely outlined and um, not outside of the lines. However, we don't want to totally color it in with this medium because what we're going to be doing right now is smudging it with our fingers. Or if you want to use a tool, a great tool to use is eyeshadow. The applicator for eyeshadow is an awesome tool for smudging these um, crayons. So I want to make sure we have enough here. So far, I hope you've been enjoying and I hope you've been following along because it's a fun thing to learn. And if not, you can always watch this video again and follow along next time. Alright, so just a little bit more. And we have the body of our color. Now, we just want to touch this up a little bit more. Um, and what I would recommend is actually using the crayons and giving it a softer touch up here by going over the marker just very, very quickly. And just kind of smudging the fluff the way the fluff should be. Now I still have a couple things to touch up, and most of those things are pink and black. So what we have here are the ears. Now, typically the inside of the ears are pink on kitties, so we're just gonna put some pink in there very simply. You can use the crayon if you want, but I'm trying to finish up quickly. And then we kind of want a pink nose, but we might want to put another color on top of that too. Definitely we want the mouth pink. And then I forgot to erase that one line on the nose, but you didn't. Good for you. We want to touch up the mouth here. Now, we're going to use a black marker for that. Now, I always have a black marker on me because it really is one of the most handy things. Especially because I like to draw cartoons. So I just kind of want to touch up a couple things with this black marker. And give this nosy a little bit of cozy. And there you have it. A less cartoony version of a cat. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And I hope you find this template useful. And if you do and want to share your cat drawings, leave them in the comments below. I would love to see them. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and have a lovely day.